Hey y'all. Okay, so we made it the first full week in my new apartment. Um, and now next week we're gonna see how next week goes. See if my furniture ever gets here. So 1 week down, it's still pretty empty. It's pretty quiet, but it's okay. I'm enjoying having some time to myself. It just sucks because I have to get it decorated, and I'm gonna be doing this all by myself. But I'm here, and I cannot wait to get it done. And then I still can't wait to be able to start doing my adventures again if my health ever allows me to. And I get to be back out doing what we had set off to do to begin with before the pandemic hit us. So hopefully we'll get there and we'll get back on the road and get to do the things. Okay, so I got this cute thing at Goodwill. And it says, eat, sleep, Facebook. And I was like, isn't that something now? I was never a Facebooker. I wasn't. And now this whole Facebook thing I've gotten myself into. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it though. I'm thinking about putting it back here on the wall eventually, or maybe just leaving it in the window. I don't know. I still got so much decorating to do. I keep procrastinating because I'm just not there yet. It's gonna take some time, but I feel like I'm still like okay, so I know I've been skating around what my theme's going to be. So my theme's going to be between my Southwestern and my native stuff. I just have to recollect my stuff. I only have... Anyways, I keep getting shut off. I have to recollect stuff. Slowly but surely I will get my stuff. When I had come down here, I pretty much left with just the clothes on my back. And left pretty much everything behind to come back down south. When when the pandemic happened and things changed. So I had to come home so I could, I was trying to feel more comfortable. Anyways, so I'm trying, I'm 10 years I've been working on this. I've been going through a lot of different things. So I've been having to deal with that and go through some other things going on. But slowly but surely I'm getting there, and slowly but surely hopefully I can get back out doing what I had started doing to begin with so long ago. So hopefully I'll make it back out on my adventures and get to be back out and about soon, hopefully. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like one part of me, I'm just like kind of like shut away from stuff, because it's like I feel like my life has been on this complete like standstill. Like everything I know is just like, I don't know, it stopped, and then everything I used to know came back, but then I'm just like in between, like, oh, what do I do next, you know? So I'm hoping to get back, that I'll be able to get back out and about, and not have to feel so closed up. Well, closed up, I like being closed up, but not feel so secluded, I guess. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for right now until we get there, if we ever get there. But it is what it is right now, and I'm just going to continue on the best that I can with the change and everything going on, and trying to just find myself again and who I am. So yeah, so just trying to find me again, and I'm happy to be back in my own bubble. This week it's been a slow one, and having to decompress from where I've been, it's been hard for me because I deal with a lot of different things. So I'm happy that I can actually be myself, at least today. I've been more myself than I have been in a long time. And it's nice to look back and see me, more of me, instead of what I've had to be dealing with out there in my spookiness in the world, and with some other stuff that I had to take a back seat to deal with, along with my own personal battles that I don't really talk about. But we all have demons, and we all have battles, and we've all had rough roads trying to find ourselves and who we are and what we want, and when we have it, we might... But, you know, eventually I'll get there. I was so used to what do we call it? I'm a codependent person. I'm not scared to admit that, but I'm very selective on my codependency with certain people that I connect with, because people have to understand that sometimes life or work or life kind of pulls me aside sometimes, and a lot of times I really don't realize when something's going to affect me or hit me out of the blue. So then it's hard for me to really find my balance and to be myself, and then to really find my identity is really hard at times. So it does make it hard for my particular mindset, I guess. I don't really know the word. I really don't know the words because I don't. So anyways, yeah, so eventually I'll get there. And, like I said, I've told y'all before, like I've been battling my cancer again and dealing with that. I suffer with severe PTSD, which is something that I'm talking about because I go through different things and it hits me out of the blue, and then I'm just like freaked out about it because I'm used to being like certain ways. So it's hard for me to trust people unless they understand me or they know me when I'm in my normal not grumpiness, I guess you can say, or yeah, it's hard to explain. So I'm very I'm very guarded, very guarded. And a lot of times when my personality is a little different, a lot of it is I'm trying to figure out what is going on that I'm not seeing, or I'm like just not knowing what's going on half the time. So a lot of that is traumatic issues that I have been through. I have been through a lot of different domestic problems. I've seen a lot of different things. I personally have been a victim of different things throughout my life. So sometimes something might, so sometimes it's hard for me to deal with certain things. I do though, and I've been doing it on my own for a while. I learned to do it on my own. Like with change and stuff, the, person that I would trust to stay with me, I kind of lost. And even when they're not with me, I try to cling to having somebody with me, even though I don't want to put them through what I go through. So it does make it hard when you're alone and you don't have anybody, and life just kind of changes, and everybody goes on like different paths. Sometimes we just don't realize we're on different paths a lot of times. So I had other responsibility. I had children. I have a son that was in the service, so I always fear for the drafting and different things, if that makes any sense to anybody out here. And then I have another older daughter, and then I ended up with 3 other children. In time, I had three other children other than my 2 older children through this, and so our life is kind of, we all had different life paths that we had to connect and find what we wanted, or if it was what we wanted. Or it's kind of, it can be complicated, especially with the way the world is now, and everybody, sometimes people's life changes due to, like I said, different things that we go through. So for me, it's been hard. So obviously, like I said, I've being a militant and a mom of a militant, it's hard. And sometimes I'm oblivious to some stuff because that's just the piece that I found. And then sometimes things hit, and then you can be baffled about stuff, and then you have your private life that you realize later. And we're just trying to keep going on with life and, be us, be who we are supposed to be, and just go from there and do the best that we can with the way life was given to us. But it's not easy pretty much living 2 sides of life, from a past life to a present life or a future thing, if that makes any sense. So anyways, like I was saying, it can be hard. It can be hard to adapt. I won't say that it's easy to adapt to different life ways or different life styles, I guess you can say. I've had to learn to do it. I just had no choice but to do it. But it's nice when I can stay in a balance that that makes me more comfortable, to be the person that I actually am, that a lot of people just don't know, and just try to fit into to the world that we live in, and still try to be myself. We all have our own mindsets, and we all have our own feelings, and we might change we might have been one way at one time and then change because we just been in the world different. So it makes it a little bit harder. But I've been trying to balance this for a really long time. Like I said, I had children, and I had a whole different, life path. I have different life paths that, I guess you could say, are still out there, or is part of who I am. But I try to balance this other part of myself, in my past, and trying to stay connected properly, where I don't get lost, because I tend to get lost a lot. I feel lost. I used to always have somebody with me at all times. I could recognize my person was always with me, but we wanted to do more in our life, so as we went on through time, we've been separated a lot, and then we just kind of move on because we just kind of just go with life. We try to do the best that we can. So it makes it a little bit harder to find yourself when you're tired. So anyway, so for me, it makes some parts of life a little bit different because obviously I'm very much like, I'm a girly's girl, but I was raised very country, very tomboyish. So depending on my area, some people might mistake certain things, and then that kind of messes with my personality, and it might mess with my my partnership's personality when we try to keep ourselves balanced, because we all go through different ups and downs in life. So trying to keep that kind of balance, it's not easy. I guess they call us bipolar, if that's what in the medical, I guess that's what it's considered. I don't know. There's so many reasons for bipolar, so I see different things, and luckily I do have some experience firsthand. So it takes a strong person. It definitely takes a strong person, I gotta say, and I'm not a strong person. I get weak at times when I don't understand what's going on, and I want to so badly understand, even though I've been there myself. But I might be in that point in my life where I'm in what we call, our salvation, and then not even have a clue that I even went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I even went through certain things, even though I'm trying to understand what somebody else is going through. And then they might think that I don't understand, and then inside I'm like, I do, but then I might not see it. If that makes any sense to anybody out there. So anyway, so I kind of deal with that. And like I said, life is life, and we just kind of go on from there and try to figure out, what's best for us in life. What do we want in life? What do we want to be doing? Is it our area that affects? So obviously, I have to look at it this way, that I have to, for me personally, I have to look at my surroundings. Is my surroundings interfering with who I want to be, or who I'm supposed to be? Is it interfering with my personality? Is it going to interfere with what I want out of life, or what I'm trying to build with somebody for our life? Just different things that we go through. And again, when it comes to relationships and stuff like that, you might be one way with the relationship because that's just the way it was, and that's just the way it went. But things change for the better for something else once you get out of that that aura of whatever you got pulled into unknowingly. So when we start seeing that there's other things or other places or other that we want, and then we can see that we can identify better, we feel better, whatever. Like, I'll give y'all guys a name of this eventually, but it's like an identity issue, I guess. And just like what makes us comfortable in life. What do we want in life? Because sometimes we go through different things, and we're going through therapy. A lot of us are going through different therapy methods that help us function as human beings, with everything else that we are told that we have to deal with or that we have to go through. Some of us go through different programmings that completely is what healed us and helps us, where some of us are still going through certain things that they're battling, and then they're wondering, well, why isn't that person going through this too? And that probably the person did go through it, they just are in some kind of healing or program or maturity or change or something to overcome their own personal battle. Like for me, my personality, my personality gets altered. It's like they say it's a genetic, if this makes any sense, and I've talked to y'all a little bit about it, but like, you come from, your mom and your dad come from here and here, somewhere along the line, and you come along and somewhere along the line, and how you're raised or brought up or your surroundings can change a person or the person that you're that you're trying to be. When your freedom of building yourself and your confidence is altered and there's other things going on, it can affect the person completely. And I've definitely been through that. I've been through a lot of different changes in my life. It's kind of hard for me to really talk about that personal side of life or work or stuff that I still serve. So pretty much I try to do everything I can just to find me somehow without being taken back to identity crisis problems. Like I said, the Lord gave me my life the way He gave me my life, and until other people understand, there was other people affecting who I wanted to be or who I'm supposed to be. I've went through a lot of battles with it. There's nothing I can really say. It's the life that I was given, and I try to do the best that I can with the life that the Lord gave me, and I go from there. And I'm thankful every day that I still, I'm still on this earth that I love so much. Do I love the battles? No. Do I like not having my freedom? No, I don't like not having some. Do I do better when I'm having, fun, loving, living time, freedom? Yes, definitely. When I'm able to live and just be me or be mom or be who I am or whatever it is, friends to my friends, whatever my situation is. I tend to live better or think better when I'm not being barred, if that makes any sense, that word, or I don't feel like I'm on the street or something odd or ironic or whatever. So it makes it a little bit easier for me to know that I've overcome a lot of different things. Do things come up and hit me out of the blue? Yes, it does. Do I act like it never happened? Do I get very opinionated because of going from better to worse to better and worse? It's like a marriage, And yes, it is hard because unfortunately, not knowing myself or where my actual true marriage belonged, I got married to another. Anyways, and that was like better or worse to hell, but I'm balancing that one. All this other madness, because I just didn't know myself, and I just knew who I was at the time and had to grow from that and do the best that I can. And I can't find that girl no more, so I kind of have to restart myself, if that makes any sense. So I just go on and do the best that I can with myself and with life. And I started off like most people, I don't know what's gonna last. So anyways, yeah, so it can be hard, and like I said, to have what we call personality disorders. I definitely get triggered at certain personalities disorders that I used to be really good at hiding it, because I didn't think it would affect me no more. But somebody can flip a switch and I just be like, whoa. So it can make it a little bit harder to, and like I said, I'm used to going from what we call, start to whatever, what is it, beginning to end? I'm still trying to find myself. So I fight a lot with just wanting to be me, and I just do the best that I can with me. And like I said, sometimes life just kind of changes, and I'm just kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, I want to be myself. I don't want to have to be feeling like a way that I really, that I don't connect well with. So, so I've been struggling with that a lot. It's hard for me because, I don't get to go do the things that I really wanted to do. I had to change up actually what I had wanted to do in life because of this. So I've just been trying to recognize certain things or come to the conclusions of certain things about myself. It's just part of who I am, and I have to reconnect somehow, some way, and hopefully be able to still be free to be myself, so I can be more comfortable with life, with certain things of life. But like I said, my adventure somehow drafted me somewhere else, and I never got to complete where I was. Obviously, I look at certain things, and and I try to keep my mindset, keep me in focus to those things, because for one, it makes me as a person feel a lot better, and I understand that. And I'm not going to really get into this whole, to the whole thing. I can't get into deep depth with this, but if I can just find me, then it makes me feel more comfortable, if that makes any sense. And then I can function better, generally. I can, I'm more at ease than feeling uncomfortable, and not because I'm not knowing something, or maybe people mistake people, like they think you're somebody that you're not sometimes, and then you're actually somebody else, and then they're like, whoa, wait, and I'm like, yeah, and then you're like swap, and like a spiritual warfare or something. I really don't know how to explain that one. So again, I've noticed it depends on who you're around, your lighting. It depends on a lot of things. I've learned a lot of different things that affect the spiritual personality of a person, and I definitely see that. So I definitely stay guarded. I really stay more caution. I have a lot more caution now than I did before, because I just didn't know. And I see certain things a certain way now, and I really have that caution. Somehow or another, I try to keep it. It's like, come here, like we're chasing each other here, type of thing, to try to keep that caution when it comes to certain things. I'll tell you another thing when it comes to it too, like, you might run into somebody that might have known you back in the day at a different time. They're like, oh, she used to be like this, but then why isn't she acting like this now? She acts totally different. It's like this mental thing. Like I said, I have been in a lot of ups and downs with my life. It's like I said, like being a military child. Like I've traveled around and been to different places. My parents, they split up a long time ago. I've split up with my partnerships, or my life, or whatever my situation. So I kind of go through these like different things. But when it comes to my personal personality, like I'll be around certain people. I'm like, I haven't even been around y'all, so I'm totally different when I'm around my own connection of people, and I can be myself. And then they expect me to be another way, and I'm like, nah, I'm not like that. I don't want to be like that. Like, why do I want to go backwards? I'm trying to go forward, So again, so a person like me, it can make it really hard because people will say certain things to you, and then mentally you can sense that they're trying to make you be a way that you never was, or you that you don't want to be, or you might have had to go through certain things because you had no choice but to live, you know, and you take yourself and you build yourself up, and something changes, and then you're back around these people who manipulate you to try to make you feel totally bad, or try to make you feel like a way that you really wasn't to begin with, that you were actually on the other side of the spiritual misfit that was causing the problem that you knew nothing about beforehand, if that makes any sense to anybody, before you even made it there. So with that said, so I battle with that kind of thing too. So, you know, just trying to find myself. So I try to battle with that. And like I said, I have bipolar, so it alters with my personality a lot. And it makes it hard when I don't have somebody with me that can see that I'm struggling with the bipolarness of certain people, or the mindset of certain things. It alters me. And it's really, really, really hard for me to function. It's hard for me to connect with certain people. And it's not that I'm being hateful. It's not that, well, actually, probably I am being hateful, because I'm not inviting you into my space. You belong in your space. I belong in my space. I'm a person that likes to be my way. You're not going to control me, type of thing. And so it's like this war over it, which makes no sense, because I'm trying to be myself. If you don't want to be a better person, then that's your. I tried 6 times to get this phone to do what it's supposed to do. Now it's doing do it. So anyways, so yeah. So with that kind of thing said, so here's the other part of me. So I wanted to be an actress when that was like my dream in the world. I wanted to be an actress. So with everything, like personality wise, having to deal with these different things, it's been hard on me, because I like to feel my own little me. So when I get hyped up or I'm doing something, regardless if it's being managed or not, I have to be connected to somebody that can keep me calm, because I go berserky. I already have my problems, so I go berserky without that calmness or that me sense, to keep me balanced the way that I need to be, because sometimes we have to do like certain things that just the way it is, and I've learned that. So I definitely concluded, if I cannot, if I have to stay a certain way forever, I don't think I could do it. I would want to be able to still freely be just normal, like be myself, or the best that I can be of calm, be myself. I would not want to have to stay in a character for myself all the time. Like, there's so many people out there, and you watch them, and then you see that they stay in this character all the time. I don't want that persona about myself. I don't want to be trademarked as being that character all the time. I just want to be known to be myself. And then if I'm, got to do something like that, it's different, because behind the camera you're different than you are in person, So I want to be known for just being myself, being normal, not some character that I have to be all the time. Didn't want that. I was like, no, I want to be able to be myself when I want to be myself. And like when I'm behind the camera, obviously, it's one thing. And like when I had started off when I wanted to get back and just do an Abigail's Adventure, which was something I love, because I could travel and I could go and do what I wanted to do and still do my own thing, be my own little character, whatever. Because obviously I am a cheeseball. I love being cheesy. I really do. But I also like being myself and calming down. So I don't want to keep that. I don't want to keep that character all the time. Like, I still want to be able to be myself. And I don't get to go do that because of the pandemic and the change and stuff that we were just talking about. I haven't found that adventure back out in life yet, and that's what I had started off wanting to do with the whole production and the whole thing, where I could go out and do things that I enjoy and be myself, and then have my partner with me doing whatever my partner enjoyed doing as well. And it was like two people. My phone has messed up 40 times trying to get it to finish this next clip. And yeah. I don't even remember where we left off at all. Not at all. We like, Ethel, something's wrong with my phone, honey, and I don't know what's wrong with it. And it just keeps freezing on me. And I started talking about the adventures and then getting back out there and adventures and me adventure things and the adventures again and whew, all them adventures. And now my phone wants to mess up on me. It does. And so anyways, so hopefully that was my goal through this whole production thing. That's where I was going to be in this. And I have not made it back to any of it yet. So if I can ever conclude my adventure, I might be back out there in adventures. if I can get myself back out there, going back to adventures. I just love how life just freezes and you can't really be doing what you're expecting in your head that you're supposed to be doing right now. And right now my health and my here and now took a back leap. And I'm seeing parts of that future and I'm like, oh, I found it. And then I'm crying and I'm like, but I'm here and it should be out there. And then I've been searching for you and I've been, whoa, wait a minute. I need my adventurous with me. Okay, I do. I've been on the hunt for my adventurous to come home and be on adventures with me for a long time. And now I'm just like, am I too late? Like, what's going on here? Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, so hopefully eventually I'll be out there with my adventures. My adventures out there somewhere, still doing one half of the adventures, doing an adventure for the adventure to make up the rest of the adventure that I'm still sitting here in the box waiting to be back out there doing the kind of adventures. And when we talk about adventures, we know that I like to go from place to place to place to see the world, to see our United States of America. I like to go to different places and see and do different things, and I don't get to do anything because I'm like backlogged. I done went Blackfoot backwards instead of Blackfoot forward. So I'm like, okay, I hope somebody's still getting the memories going on because I'm back here waiting. Hopefully one day I'll get there. So it's still in my head and what I'm supposed to be doing or what I want to be doing. I'm just not there yet. I'm back here. So anyway, so eventually I will be, I'm praying, I'm hoping that it all comes together and I will get to go back out and just have fun and travel and do stuff and enjoy things that I've been missing because I've been at work for so long. Hopefully I still have the chance to get back out there and be myself when it comes to that, because I've definitely had to miss out on a lot of things that I wanted to be a part of, but I had other priorities that I had to deal with, and so I'm hoping that I can get back out there and do the things that I enjoy doing, and I get to enjoy spend time doing things with other people that I've missed out on this whole time. And I really don't want to miss out on it anymore because I've had to be doing what been doing today. So at least to have, some time getting to be back out there. It might not be like the full time that I would have had, but it would be something. Because it's like, I'm retired. I'm retiring. I'm retired. I finished my quest. I want to get back out there. But anyways, I'm glad I'm home and I've gotten this back to be home again. But I do want to be back out doing other things. I don't want to forget about my part in what I would be doing if I wouldn't have got called away. So anyway, so I'm hoping to get back out there, and I miss a lot of people a lot. I miss certain people a lot that I just started getting to see again, or I don't get to see at all. And I'm missing out on adventures, and I'm missing out on time that honestly I'm jealous that I should. So yeah, so I get, I'm a little jealous. I really am, because there's things I feel like I'm missing out on that I was a part of, and that was my life, and I don't get to do it. And I've been doing other things, so I feel like I've kind of had to take this back, back leap or back whatever, for some other personal reasons that I had to deal with, to take care of. It's just part of who I was and who, my life. So I'm hoping that now that that part is grown, I can move forward, and then at least make up some of the times that I have had to miss out on, out there and doing the things that I enjoy doing, that I've always enjoyed doing. That's kind of why I try to keep my adventures all in one of the person that I am, and that's why I kind of came up with that concept of what I wanted to do. So with that said, hopefully we'll get there. I know I keep saying we'll get there, and I know we will. I have faith that we will. We made it this far. We made it through all this, the hard times. We made it through good times, and that turned hard because things changed, and there's nothing that we could do about it, but move on and go from there and just pick up where we left off. That's how some of us look. We try to find a way to get back somewhere, to restart either new adventures or new life, or make up for things that we have missed out on, or whatever the situation is. And it's hard for some people to understand another person because of something that they don't talk about. It's just a personal situation, and so we're hoping, I'm hoping to get back out there and doing. I done switched to my bed. I did. So anyways, hopefully I'll get back out there soon. And obviously I do have my health problems, and I hate that it's been getting in my way, along with life things. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, it is what it is right now, and hopefully things will change soon, and hopefully things will get better, and just go on and do things that I enjoy doing. So eventually I get there. I mean, I know I could do it. It's not that I don't think I have confidence that I can do what I like to do. It's just making sure that everybody's on board with reconnecting and just living life. So anyways, with that said, I will catch you guys later. Bye. Now it is time to take a nap. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm ready for my afternoon nap now. I am. I should be painting, but I don't want to paint right now. I didn't do nothing but this blog, this yappity blog. I didn't talk about makeup. I talked about my adventures. Remember I said I wasn't sticking this all about my makeup. I wasn't. It's going to be about adventures, and then I don't get to do adventures, and then my mind's off somewhere else, and I'm like, ooh. My mind went on an adventure, though. I haven't been on an adventure in a long time. My mind went on a whole different kind of adventure. I was like, hello. Hi, adventure. How you doing? Really? Oh, it's nice to see you. Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah? You been having fun? Oh, okay. I'll be glad when I get to have some fun. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you then. I'll catch you on the next... I gotta get my truck. I'll see you on the next adventure.